All right, so now I want to work at some of those details as well. I missed a purity seal back here on his back, so I got to get that done first. I'm just going to paint my standard purity seal here, guys. Brown, then bone color, and that's it. The same with the pages of the book. However, I will start with this. I'm going to go with my P3 color, Blighted Gold. And I'm going to paint Blighted Gold on the legs and chest words. Metallic. Get that in there. All right. So get that done. Then we're going to go with red on his eyes. So I'm going to use my corn red. And I'm also going to use corn red on the purity seals. I'll zoom in for you. Oh, that's too close. So we paint the bottom half of the eye lens. Leave the top like you want a crescent shape on the bottom. A half moon or a crescent moon with a black area left at the top for the eye lens. We'll paint the wax seals for the purity seals with this red. We'll paint the casing of the bolter also with this red. These few spots of color are really going to jump out because this model is so starved for color. And that's what you want, a nice accent. And on his back, I'll paint that wax seal. I think I got them all. I'm going to paint the scrolls with a brown color. Any brown will do, really, a dark brown. I'm just going to use my Bestial Brown because I have it here on hand. Bestial Brown is the old GW color. Very similar to, where's my new brown? I want to use up my old colors. But Scrag Brown is a close color match. Just a dark brown. It doesn't really matter what you do. The only thing that matters is that you're consistent within your squads in your army that you're trying to paint. So if on one of your armies, you go with a dark brown base, do that with all of them. paint the pages of the book and the cover of the book. Paint the book on his chest as well. And the skull. Is that everything? Everything good? Okay. So that's your brown. Now we're going to go with red. A lighter red for the highlight. So Evil Sunz Scarlet. On the eye, we're going to just paint the front half of that crescent. Like a little intersecting crescent on the front half of the eye. Get a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of paint on your brush. Look how I'm using my thumb to rest my brush on. And just dab that Sunz Scarlet into the front of the eye. There you go. See that? And touch some of that onto the purity seal. And on the back. I'm just going to do a fast fade here with this. Way off. If you've been watching my tutorials, you've seen me do this 100 times already. Just drag it across the edge, feather it down. I want the front edge of the red casing to be brighter, lighter color than the rest of the casing. So I'm just feathering and dragging the scarlet down. All right. White. We're going to go with White Scar. And on this, you're going to kiss the corners of the armor plates. And, well, first we'll start with the eye. A couple little dots of White Scar in the eye for a final highlight on the eye. So I'm going to use my thumb again to hold my... You want this to kind of overlap the black area and the red area. That was good. I'm not even going to paint the other eye because you can't get to it. And now I'm going to do a little bit of edging on the armor. Only on the most pronounced edges will you put this. Maybe on the studs too. Oop. And you can drag this white across your little reflection lines down his leg a little bit. Across his toe. You don't want a lot of this, just a few little glints here and there. Just to be the light catching certain spots. That's plenty. Just a few. Wash the brush. Now for a little bit of washing. So on the gold, I'm going to wash with a brown wash. So once I find my brown wash, I'll begin. Well, let's go for the old washes. I got plenty of those still. Devlin mud. Use the new equivalent of Devlin mud. Brown wash. In fact, no. I changed my mind. I'm going to go with sepia. Seraphim sepia. Where is my Seraphim sepia? I know it's here somewhere. Let me find it. I'll be right back. All right, so Seraphim sepia. Drop this into the on top of the gold spots that you just painted. What this should do is go into the recesses and force the gold letters to pop out more. Don't put too much in there. Okay. Part of my reach. Carroburg Crimson will go on the red parts. The reverse area for the casing of the gun. Lay the highlight using the point at the rear of the gun. Drop a little bit on top of your seals. Back to your blue wash for the armor again. Now, just like you just kissed it with the white, you're going to do reverse kissing with the blue. Am I on frame? Don't go over your whites. You're just going to drop some into the recessed areas that need it most. This is not an exact science. Just pick and choose spots where you want to have a nice dark highlight or a dark shadow, which will then force a highlight out a little bit. Up underneath the belt there, can use some. Around the front of the crest is a pretty important spot of his helmet. I'm going to worry about the other arm in a little while. Once I get it glued back on, I'll paint that up to speed to the rest. It's looking pretty good to me. While I got you here, I'm going to go ahead and do the bone color on the scrolling. We'll just go right for Screaming. No, nope, sorry. Ushabti bone. Oh, here it is. I put it in the pot, the dropper pot. Ushabti bone. Drop a little bit out. Paint those scrolls. Paint the pages. Leave the cover of the book brown. Just paint the pages. I blotched a little bit of bone color. I'll fix it after. This, my friends, is how you paint a Grey Knight. I'm just about done. I'm not even going to paint the skulls on his knees. No need. They look good as they are. Alright, let me do a quick highlight right now on the pages with Screaming Skull. I'm just going to edge the seals, the scrolls with Screaming Skull. And the pages too. That's done. Not much left here to do. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the arm glued back on. More to come.